Hello everyone, welcome back to the series Road to 2000. Today I will show you the last game of the Chioggia tournament. This is the last round, and by far I have 2 points out of five. And as I said in the previous game, I needed a win in order to participate in the division that I would like to go in the next tournament that will be in November. I will upload also that. So let's go to the game. My opponent that day was Luigi Vujicic, a 1980 guy that reached more than 2000 in the previous month. And let's see what happened. So I saw online that he used to play the French. So he played d4, e6. Well, I am black, and against the French, he plays this line d4, d5, and knight d2. So here there are a lot of ideas. Uh, I usually play knight f6 and on the push knight d7, and then with ideas of striking the center and f6 later on. Or well, it depends. It depends on what he does because here there are a lot of setup. There is a c3, there is a bishop here, knight here, f4. A lot of stuff to know as black. But he went for bishop d3, so I struck in the center. c5, c3 to reinforce the d4 pawn, and knight c6, and knight G in E2 with ideas of later on in the middle game. He could have some ideas of putting pressure on the E6 pawn, and what the white does, it's create a huge attack in the king side, on the king side. So yeah, so I took in the center, took and f6. This is a line that if you want to play it as a black, you have to know what you are doing because there is also this move that it's targeting the pawn on e6, and here there is a crazy line that goes with take, check, king e7, check, take, take, and lose a quality, but with a lot of counterplay for black. And I would say that also the white has to know what it's doing. But yeah, the game didn't go like that, and yeah, he took here, uh, and he played this knight f3, bishop d6, castle, and queen c7 to prevent ideas of bishop f4 that would trade my good bishop with leaving me with the bad bishop. And yeah, he went for the same ideas with another move. For the same idea, he wanted to place the knight on b5, so I played h6, a6, and then rook e1, castle, with ideas of pushing or of targeting these two pawns in later on in the game. And yeah, so he played h3 to stop all the ideas of knight jumps, and here I completely blunder. I didn't see that he could take my pawn. It was just a free pawn. So here I already lost a pawn. And I thought for a while because I couldn't believe that this move was possible. I thought if I could win the piece or if I could restore the material balance, but I really can't. Here I have to take, and then after this move, he's threatening this, he's threatening this, and here I lose a pawn. I thought for 20 minutes how to give back the pawn, and in the end I decided for bishop d6, because bishop e6, because after take, I can take on f3. He would take with a bishop, and I'm down a pawn, so it's a bad position for sure. But I decided for this line because if you are down a pawn, you don't want to trade so much material, and you want to keep on the board the pieces that gives you the mm, much more opportunity to attack. And I thought that with a open board, it was not a disaster. A lot of ways to counter attack. So yeah, so I decided to play Rook D8 because even if the white is up a pawn, right now it's a bit underdeveloped. So I have to play fast, play forcing moves in order to use my majority in development uh, to create something from nothing, but it's really hard. But well, let's see. He played Queen e2, and I played Bishop c4 because I saw that after Queen c2, I could go for a sacrifice of quality, and I took on f3 because with the same pieces on the board, this game it's an easy win for the white because every piece has a function, and his pieces are balancing my pieces. But with this sacrifice, there are some hopes. Because now with the bishop pair open board and some weaknesses around his king, maybe I can do something. And yeah, so here I went for the weakness on f3, and I played queen f7, also to unpin myself. And he went for bishop g5. Here I thought a bit about sacrificing the rook by playing h6, but after h6, bishop takes, I have queen f4 that it's threatening checkmate, and he should give up his queen to prevent that. I will show you this. And now the only way that he can stop checkmate it's by giving up his queen. But I didn't go for that because he is not forced to take. He is not forced to take, and if I play h6, he can just retreat with his bishop. And I thought that his bishop would have been better placed in this diagonal because it's stopping queen f4 because if the bishop is here after queen f4, there is only bishop g3 everything, and it's also protecting the f2 pawn that could be a target in the future. So I played rook f8, and he went for queen e4. After he played queen e4, I thought I had a feeling that I could win this game. Because a lot of time in a lot of times in chess, it's not the first mistake that screw the things up, but uh, it's the willing to give credit to your move. So it's well, I played bishop d5 to target even more the f3 pawn and the diagonal, more important. And what he should have done here, it's retreating with the queen, because if I take here, he can take, and well, now I am just down. I'm not down a pawn anymore, but I gave up. I gave a rook for a bishop, and this is a comfortable position for white. The white is not risking so much. So even if the computer suggests this as the top engine move, and it's not doing that. But even if that was the case, I would have not go for that because after this trade, the white has an easy position to play, and without this trade, he has some problems. He has to think. He has to spend time on the moves. Be careful of what is happening on this true diagonal, this file. And yeah, so yeah, it's really, really hard to play a move like this. Once you broke your queen on e4, it's really hard to retreat the queen in the same diagonal. It's like if you are saying to your opponent, "Yeah, okay, you are right. I did a silly move," um, and it's not common to do that. So yeah, I had the feeling that I could win this game, and in fact, after this, he played Bishop G5. He played Queen G4. Sorry, and this is a blunder. I saw it immediately. It's a blunder not because you are losing this pawn with tempo, but because after this there is queen e6, and I'm forcing to trade the queen. I'm forced to trade the queens, and it's the same position as before with not so much problem for white. It's a blunder because I can't take this pawn for queen on e6, so I have to play h5 in order to let him move his queen and then take f3. So he went he went queen f1, the only square. And here I thought for a moment the setup that I would like to reach, it's with the bishop on this diagonal, but with the queen in front of the bishop to target these two squares. So I have kinda to triangulate the position. And I saw that I had this way with queen f5, because after queen f5 you can't move your bishop, otherwise there is a queen g6 with mate. You can protect your bishop, otherwise there is a queen g4. And yeah, so the only way that he can protect his bishop, it's by giving a check. But after bishop d5 and queen h4, I have the setup that I wanted. And now the move it's forced, king f1, and after that the easier way to win it's by bishop g3. He can't take because it's pinned. Is pinned. So yeah, so here the game it's already finished, but we played other few moves. He played here take. Take because if I move my bishop, he will. It's still winning, but not as before. So I gave a check, and now he covered with the rook, and I delivered checkmate. So yeah, that was the game. I stole it a bit, but these things happen, and yeah, I blundered, but then I'm happy with the fact that I spotted rook per f3 to create some chances, at least. And nothing. That was the game. With my current rating, it's 1909, and now I can participate in that tournament. Yeah, so that was the game. Let me know what you think in the comment, and if you like my content, please subscribe.